Hey guys, come on downstairs and bringing a little MLB The Show 20 content to you today. It's our Minnesota Twins franchise. We're playing games 132 through 135 of season number 5. It's a 4-game series with the Seattle Mariners as we close out the month of August. This month feels like it has taken forever. And it has, actually. But we are plugging along, and I promise I'm not going to abandon this series. We're going to get there. We'll reach the postseason, or reach the end of the season at some point. And we come into this series 3 games behind the Detroit Tigers in the American League Central. The Mariners are trying to chase down the Astros and the Angels for the American League wild card. They're still in the race. Taijuan Walker will get the start for the M's in game number 1. We're going to hand the ball to Jose Barrios, who's 7-11 with a 4.92 ERA. Let's pick this one up early in the game, first inning. Miguel Sano, 290 average, 49 home runs, 101 RBIs. Possible league MVP. And he drives this one kind of high and deep to left. And that is home run number 50 on the season for Miguel Sano. Man, it looked like a regular old pop fly out to left field, but it just kept carrying and carrying. And that is Miguel Sano's power. I don't know what to do. I mean, Miguel Sano, he's got 50 home runs, but it's not like everybody on my team is hitting way too many home runs. I think we're like 12th or something in Major League Baseball, and that's even with Sano hitting 50. We go to the 5th inning. Nolan Arenado makes the play at first. We're still at a 1-0 count until Tyler O'Neill decides to change that. That one into the second deck. 394-foot home run for Tyler O'Neill. It looks like it's his 6th home run of the year. And Jenmar Gomez will come in to take over for Jose Barrios. He's going to face Avery Romero here. And Avery Romero swings and misses at the sinker. And in the middle of 7, it's 1-1. Mariners have 7 hits though, and we only have 1. Just the Miguel Sano home run. All right, 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Still Taijuan Walker pitching for the M's. Conforto's going to try to power one to right. It could go off the wall, and it gets over it. Home run number 23 for Michael Conforto. A lot of those came with the New York Mets, though, before we traded Byron Buxton to the Mets for Conforto. Just a little bit before the trade deadline in this season. Conforto gives the Twins the lead at 2-1. Let's go to the 8th inning. We bring in the silver mullet, Shane Ashley. He's going to face Frederick Rowland, the DH for the Mariners. 1-1 count with 2 outs, and this one is lifted high and deep to right. It could catch that overhang, and it doesn't need to. It was well out of here. 10th home run of the year for Frederick Rowland. And once again, the Mariners come back to tie it up with a solo home run. The Mariners are an interesting team. They are very young. A lot of players that they have called up from the minor leagues are playing on this roster. Here's Drew Marsh. He is 7-2, making his 68th appearance of the year. We're in the bottom of the 12th inning at this point. Delino DeShields is going to drop down the bunt, and Avery Romero was playing back there, and he's not even going to have a play at first. So Delino DeShields is on first. Miguel Sano at the plate. 1-1 count. DeShields running. Here comes the throw. Not in time. And Delino DeShields has, I believe, his 18th stolen base of the year right there. And Miguel Sano, this one's going to get him home. And that's going to win the game, and it's actually going to be out of here. 2nd home run of the day for Sano, and it's home run number 51. And it's a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 12th for the Twins. And we get a win in Game 1 of this series, 4-2. It's the first time we've played the Mariners this season, so we lead the season series 1-0. The Tigers win again. They are 70-61. Actually, they didn't play. I take that back. They didn't play in this first game. They played the last 3 games of this Mariners series. So we're at 68-64. The Tigers are at 70-61 as we head into Game 2 of this 4-game series with the Mariners. Mariners are 68-63. We're going to pick this one up in the 7th inning. Trevor May taking over on the hill in relief. 2-2 count. This is Billy Hamilton And Billy Hamilton's going to change the game right here. A 3-run home run, breaking a 2-2 tie. And it's Billy Hamilton's 10th home run of the year. And the Mariners win this one by a score of 7-2. The Tigers won again. They are 71-61. We fall to 68-65. And that is 3.5 games out of first place. Billy Hamilton went 3 for 5 with a home run and a double in game number 2. Let's go to game number 3 of the series. 134th game of the season. We have less than 30 remaining. Lawrence Cuellar, former St. Louis Cardinal, on the hill for the Mariners. 10-9, a 2.95 ERA. 145 strikeouts to 45 walks. And we're going to send Gibby out. A 3.72 ERA for him. 143 strikeouts, 29 walks on the season. And we will get some highlights started here in the first inning. Miguel Sano is up now with runners on first and second. 2-0 count with 1 out. And Miguel Sano just adds another home run. He is just raking right now. 3rd home run of the series. And it's home run number 52. Giving the Twins an early 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Here's Delino DeShields now with a runner on first. And 2 outs. DeShields is going to chop it right back up the middle. Avery Romero with a little flip behind the back. And at the end of the first inning, we have a 3-0 lead over the M's. Really don't want to split this 4-game series with them. So there's some, especially the way the Tigers are playing lately. They are not losing. So we really need to try to get 3 out of 4, which means winning these last 2 games. Here is a drive into the left center field gap. It's going to be cut off. But a run does come in to score. Kyle Seager with the RBI double. And that gets the Mariners on the board. It's still 3-1 Minnesota, though. We go to the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second for Nolan Arenado, and he's going to deliver a little seeing eye single that's going to drive in a run from second and make it 4-1 Minnesota in the bottom of the second inning. Nolan Arenado, he's starting to, I wouldn't say heat up necessarily, but at least show some signs of life. He's got his batting average back up over the Mendoza line. All right, we go to Kevin Segrist, 33 saves and 40 opportunities. We might be looking for a new closer next year. He has kind of hit the wall here in the second half of the season. He had a great first half, was an all-star, but the second half of the season he has struggled. Top of the 9th inning, he has a 3-run lead, and he coughs up a home run to Tyler Marlette, the Mariners catcher. A lot of these Mariners names you don't recognize because they were minor leaguers when we started this, or they weren't even drafted yet when we started this 5 years ago. Here's Pedro Wynn now. 0-2 count with 2 outs. Kevin Segrist had 3 runs to work with in this save opportunity, and he's going to convert it. 34th save of the year for Kevin Segrist. And the Twins take a 2-1 series lead with 1 game remaining. Nolan Arenado went 3 for 4 in this game with a double and an RBI. Wilmer Flores 2 for 4 with a run. Kyle Gibson went 5 2/3. Gave up 4 hits, 1 run, had 5 strikeouts, but 5 walks for Kyle Gibson. So he struggled a little bit with his control, but he pitched around it, and the Twins get the win. Let's go to game number 135. We sit at 69-65, as you could see in that last graphic. The Tigers won yet again. And we're going to be facing Tanner Roark in the finale of this series. He came over to Seattle from the Washington Nationals. We're going to send out Jose De Leon, who's 10-6, a 3.00 ERA. And he has the best control of any pitcher on our staff. Only 14 walks all season. Jace Peterson's going to get the highlights led off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning off of Roark. And he's going to line this one into the left center gap. It's going to be cut off, but misplayed, and that's going to allow Peterson to get to second. He probably would have got to second anyway, I would think. Double for Jace Peterson. That's his 22nd double of the year. And now we have Carlos Paulino, our backup catcher, taking over today. He's going to drop down a sacrifice, move Peterson to third, and the throw is actually offline from Kyle Seager, and that's going to be an E5. And now runners on the corners for Mario Calero. Still no score. No outs. Calero, he's going to deliver a base knock into center. And a run comes in to score. So for the 4th game in a row, we take the lead first. Although in game 2, we ended up losing. Here is Arenado. He's going to ground into a double play, but it will score a run. He won't get credit for an RBI because of the double play. But it's 2-0 Minnesota at the end of the 3rd. 2 errors in the first 3 innings of the game for the Mariners. Let's go to the 4th inning now. This is Lonnie Chisenhall. He used to kill us when he played for the Indians. Now we see him much less with the Mariners. Ground ball to second. Jace Peterson has it. On to first for the out, and it's still 2-0. In the middle of the 4th, here at Target Field. We go to the 6th. This is Carlos Gomez, a former Twin. Played a lot of years in baseball. 0 for 3 on the day. He's going to deliver one down the left field line. It's going to stay just inside the chalk and end up into the crowd for a ground rule double. And now Ketel Marte, ground ball right side, is going to get Carlos Gomez to score, who ended up reaching 3rd on an out. So a double. He gets moved over to 3rd. Ketel Marte drives him in, and we're going to go to the pen. Chasen Shreve, he's had a rough season, but he was a bright spot in this game, actually. Here getting, I think it was Tyler Marlette to swing and miss. Middle of the 6th inning is still 2-1 Minnesota. We're trying to get our 3rd win in this 4-game series. Try to keep pace with the Detroit Tigers, who are absolutely on fire. DJ Peterson at the plate now. 3-2 count. Ground ball right side. Diving play is made by Mario Calero. On to Chasen Shreve, who's pitching his 2nd inning of work here. That's a rare occurrence for Chasen Shreve, especially with a 1-run lead. Frederick Rowland to the plate now. Lefty on lefty matchup, and Chasen Shreve gets him to swing and miss. And a great outing for Chasen Shreve. One of the best outings of his season so far, which has not been a good season for him. Kevin Segras now coming on once again to try to earn the save. 34 saves, 7 blown saves on the year. Just a 1-run lead with a runner on second. And we're going to show you the at-bat with DJ Peterson here. 1-1 count. Delivery from Segras. He falls behind 2-1. And then gets a swing and a miss on that changeup down and in. 2-2 delivery, fouled off by DJ Peterson, the Mariners' first baseman. 2-2 delivery again, backdoor breaking ball. And the Twins win the 4th and final game of the series. We take 3 of 4. The Tigers win again. They are 72-62, so we are just keeping pace with them. And we will go into our next series, the first series of September, against the Boston Red Sox, trailing the Tigers by 2.5 games. We'll look at the standings here. Let's take a look at them. The Red Sox leading the American League East, 73-60, 5.5 games ahead of the Yankees, 6 games ahead of the Rays and the Blue Jays. And that is our next opponent. We have a pretty tough remaining schedule in September. It's definitely tougher than the Tigers' schedule. The Tigers don't play... They play the Toronto Blue Jays to open up September, and then they don't play a single team with a winning record after that. As you can see, we're 2.5 games behind the Tigers. The Indians are kind of falling back a little bit to 8 games back. The Angels and the Astros kind of creeping up on the Rangers here lately. They are both 3 games behind Texas, and that is within reach for one of those other teams. The Rangers have had a stranglehold on that division for most of the season. Angels and Astros would be your wild card teams. We actually are entering the wild card race. If we can creep up there a little closer, we're 5 games back with a month to go. That would not be unheard of to overcome a 5-game deficit. So we'll see how it goes. We might enter that wild card race. National League East, the Nationals kind of cruising. 7-game lead. They're 11 games over 500. The Phillies are 3 games under 500, and nobody else in the division is over 500. Here's the Cubs leading the Central, 3.5 games over the Cardinals, 6 games over the Reds, 6.5 over the Brewers. And let's go to the West. The Dodgers, 93-42. They're almost winning at a 70% clip. 11 games over the 81-52 Giants. Unreal. The Rockies, 66-68. 26.5 back. Let's look at the wild card, though. The Giants and the Cardinals would be leading. The Reds are in the discussion here at 2.5 back. The Brewers are 3, and the Rockies are starting to fade a little bit. They've lost 4 in a row. And that is it for the month of August here on our Minnesota Twins franchise. Up next, we will get into September with this 3-game series at Target Field against the AL East leading Boston Red Sox on Minnesota Twins franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.